What's up, lads? It's Sinclair Armstrong, and you're watching the Training 1-to-1 podcast.
Freeman.
You alright?
I would never wear a bucket hat in public ever
Why?
because I think they look preposterous. And here we are. But
I think ours look cool though.
the logo to bucket size is excellent. Do you think if the logo's too small, it just looks hideous?
Depends though. Joe, those Nike TM ones.
Yes,
I have a tiny little one. Logo's very like minuscule.
I got you that. So I do know what it is. So you better stop with that aspect of trying to speak down to me.
So speaking down, I was explaining what it looked like.
I took it as speaking down. Here it is though, the Training 1-to-1 podcast. We're back again.
Like,
Today it's only myself and Morgan. My face hasn't been on the podcast in a while, so I'm happy to be back.
hasn't it?
I can't remember the last episode I was on because Brendan and Orla's,
Brendan and Orla, same day recording.
and then previous to that
It's the community podcast.
was that.
Or Dave's.
Oh, I was on Dave's.
And then the community.
All right, so it was Dave's. All right, so maybe it hasn't been that long. Well,
Hasn't,
2 weeks
hasn't.
feels like a long time in our world.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, can I address something here? I would never wear this gear, Morgan.
Huh?
I wouldn't wear these bottoms.
You're wearing them right now.
But
you
I wouldn't
bought
wear
them.
this
No,
bucket hat
no,
either.
you bought them. And you're wearing them.
But I never wore them before. So I felt for me and you to be on a podcast, it was going to be a bit giddy.
Kitty.
So I said to myself, why not? You know what I mean?
Explain them to those that don't have the visual. Yeah, move your foot,
Yeah.
says Charles Barkley behind the camera.
They are from the fashion brand Manier Devoir, founded by Reese O'Barra.
Man, yay.
Yes.
Pronunciation.
It means the way you see. I think. Don't misquote me on that. But yeah, we've always
Nice.
been a fan. Well, I've been a fan of that brand. Even from when we started this podcast, we plugged that brand when we were doing the podcast in the garage.
And
I
he
remember-
interacted, did he not?
He did. He liked the post. The CEO did.
Nice. Good man, Reese.
Ex-footballer. Great learning. Great brand. So we always like to associate ourselves with companies like that where possible.
Still explain them.
Yeah, black cargos. To be honest with you, on the fashion side, I never liked baggy things, and then I think I took a turn for the worst on the baggier garment side around earlier this year, and these bottoms are the epitome of that. I like designs, so like patch designs. A lot of my t-shirts and jumpers have a lot of like Japanese art and stuff, which I like, and I like bottoms that have patchwork as well. But this is just like it's like a phase. You know when you're in like or primary school and you get like a nose ring? It's like it's just a phase, mom.
Just
But
a phase.
yeah, they just have space stuff on it.
Would
Finn
you-
said he likes them, but he doesn't like the spacemen on it. So
So that means he doesn't like them. Would you ever get a like Finton hair? Would you ever get an earring?
no
Why?
upbringing, I'd say.
Upbringing.
Yeah,
Like how we were brought up.
yeah. It was just never like encouraged.
That's
as we
fair.
were kids.
Okay, no, it's actually a good reason.
So
Good reason.
and like even if you look at like our friend circles, no one has an earring.
Finn does. And Paddy does.
Well, yeah, I mean like that was later in life. I'm talking when we were younger.
Later in life, Finn's in 5th year.
I'm talking about us, you fool.
Okay.
So it would have been later for us, not for him. I know he's only in 5th year. You see, you're talking to me again, Morgan. Thinking there you're the man
How?
with your bucket hat and your red jumper. Would you
You
get
like
an
it?
earring?
No, I wouldn't get an earring. No, don't think it would. I actually think it would actually probably look all right, but I just don't. I wouldn't like to see one on me. Does that make sense?
Is that just because you're a coach?
No.
Because I used to always think that's actually another reason why I haven't got like a tattoo or an earring. Is when I was younger, I used to think coaches were very clean cut. No tattoos, ink, or earrings.
Yeah, but surely that perception has changed.
It has, yeah. It's just a bad stereotype that I had. Kind of
Yeah.
probably still lingers a bit. I'd be open to a tattoo, but I still... Am I that sure of anything in life that I want to tattoo to my skin? I'm not sure. Everything's just so malleable. That's quite a deep way to think about it, but am I really that sure of anything in life? I don't know. Tell you what I would get, and I said to you before, I would get this logo on my quad. Or
Yeah,
maybe
same.
just, do you know that without the crossbar and just get T121 written across the quad as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be cool. In black. I think that black and white is nice pieces anyway. But I've definitely taken an appreciation of good tattoos, especially through this studying of art history and stuff. I've very much enjoyed that chapter in my life the last few months. I'm going to call it a chapter because I would never have. How did I say that? Can I bring you back to a time in school?
Go for it.
When I was in TY, we were. Why'd you take your hat off?
I'm burning up in there.
Oh, yeah.
Burning
In
up.
TY, we had to take classes and experience everything. So we done music, we done art. And now that I look back on it, every single class that I'd done that's outside of my general jurisdiction, yeah, cool word, it taught me something. What are you laughing at? I haven't even finished my story.
Just the pronunciation.
What was the word I pronounced wrong the last time?
It was a name, was it not? Oh, what was that, Finn? Do you remember? What
The
did
OG
you
podcast listeners
say?
would know.
What did you say? I should know. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, very relevant because we've got Charles Barkley behind the camera now today. Shaquille O'Neal. And we started laughing like, I said his name, Shaquille O'Neal. Anyway, onward with the story.
Yeah, and then I done the art class, and then I was like, it was literally like it was like a spider bit my brain, and it just took over my mind because all I could think about was art. I swear to God,
Spider.
I stole one of the pictures from the art room and a sketch pad, and brought the picture home and sketched it for hours. It was terrible, mind you, but I had to bring it back as well.
Spider bit me brain.
Yeah, to like control my thoughts, and it did of art. Well, it did though.
Popping webs out when you went home.
It did. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. It was consuming. All consuming. But the reason why I'm bringing that story up is because that makes sense that I'm into or have taken an interest into art history because that's definitely been something ingrained in me from teenage years.
You're not bad at art either. Got a bit about you.
Well, another story. Art was one of the one things that I thought I was always terrible at. We weren't brought up to think that, but I think one of the things that kind of got lodged in my psyche was you're either good or bad at things. I had to learn that you can actually practice and be half decent at things. And then talent is basically like a head start. Some people just pick things up more naturally. And art was definitely not something that I picked up naturally. But after a bit of practice and repetition, like most things, even in football, the penny dropped. And I was like, okay, I can stand up here. Finn's a very good artist.
This Finn? Oh, he is. Yeah, remember he drew the line. Oh, we gotta get that up.
We
That's
did
still in the
bring it up.
garage. Oh, we did. We brought it in here. Knick-knack of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lasted a while.
Yeah, we still brought it in though.
We did. And we'll get another image. We have to get on the daily to remind me when this comes up. But we'll put up an image on the screen for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's good. What age were you when you did that? 12 or 13, huh? That's when Finn started training with us, by the way. Full circle.
Do you have an interest in art?
No. I like looking at it. Like, interest is in doing it or observing it.
Anything to do with art?
Observing, yeah. I would like a lot of art in my home, but I'm not massively into it yet. I'm not saying I wouldn't, though. I'm not going to go do my research now, if that's what you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
But I will enjoy going to museums and looking at art. And if something looks cool online, save it. Bit of Pinterest and all that.
You don't have a Pinterest account?
Do.
You do?
I just don't have it on my phone.
What? So what use is that?
I don't know. I did have it. I've no storage now. You know, content takes over.
You don't storage?
I know, I'm only joking. I do. I just deleted the app ages ago on my old phone. The new phone is new enough.
Pinterest is like the safe guy of apps though. Like Pinterest is like the friend you always want around. Whereas like TikTok and Instagram are kind of like a bad influence.
They are.
So why did you get rid of the good guy? Nice guys finish last type of thing. with Pinterest.
I just need to re-download it maybe. But like I find myself, for the first 2 days being like class, all this stuff when we get recommended deadly, put it into folders. And then I just never look at it again. I just never go back into it. Pinterest doesn't have that pull on me, but I appreciate it.
You're right though, because Pinterest, like I love Pinterest, but it doesn't have the pull on me. I would spend about half an hour on Instagram a day, spread out across the day, not like in one bout. I'm not a freak. But,
That's very low numbers for the majority of people, I would imagine.
Is it?
Yeah,
30 minutes a day?
Yes.
I have a notification on my phone that says 30 minutes, and it would come up at like 11.
I'm the complete opposite because I'm on it all the time.
I mean,
For-
your
for
job
work.
is social media. But
Yeah.
how long would the average person spend on Instagram?
Oh, Finn, throws me phone, will you? I'll pull up a stat, please.
Would it be closer to like an hour, like double the time that I'd be on?
On Instagram alone,
Yeah,
I'd say it's more, G.
you're kidding me.
I swear to God. I swear to
An
God.
hour,
Now,
a full
It
hour.
depends how much data do they have out there. I'm surely they have boatloads of data that will tell us.
Well, you're going to
Let
have
me
to be
look it
very specific. I would ask, what's the average time somebody spends on Instagram between the ages of 18 and 24?
up. What's the average height for a man? Do you want to know that?
5'8".
Sure, we may as well while we're here.
Yeah, do. Is that like one of the
We
suggested
may as well. It was
questions?
just the first thing that came up.
Yeah.
What did you say?
What is 5'8"?
Nah, 5'9".
I'm in there.
Yeah, okay. What's the average duration?
Yeah, you just watch time.
What age do you say?
18 to 24. That's typical survey age, isn't it? Isn't it?
Probably.
I think that if I was to click on a survey, 18 to 24 is in there.
Spends on. Do you want what you want? Social media in general or
Nah,
Instagram? Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Definitely in the Western world, that's the most popular one. Around our demographics, anyway.
Oh, here's a report.
Here we go.
Oh,
Can Google not
Oh.
just give you the index of the hour?
all right. Well, see, I'm not too sure how reliable this source is, but according to this, Mix Bloom, average time spent on social media. I don't know where they're plucking the data from. The average time spent on Instagram as of 2023 is 29 minutes per day.
That's the average.
I'm actually surprised by that.
What's the demographic?
That was Instagram as a whole. Here's another one by Social Buddy. On it, I think there's a whole report. Average time. Oh, come on! It's swipe central. Get a move on.
That's my problem. You should. Do you have the OpenAI app for
This is-
ChatGPT?
No.
No.
This is spent on social media
Okay, hit me.
over a day.
Hit me.
16 to 24,
Mm-hmm.
3 hours, 1 minute. 25 to 34, 2 hours, 37 minutes.
Christ. A day?
A day.
A day.
A day.
But does that include like Spotify? No, it wouldn't.
No, social media. So Instagram, TikTok,
Snapchat.
Snapchat,
That's the thing though. I mean, like young people are texting on Snapchat.
mm-hmm.
So that's like,
and Messenger. That's all the
would
same.
WhatsApp be social media?
I presume. The second question into the book, or third, should I say,
Yeah,
is
that'd be interesting.
what it's a communications tool. So is Facebook, but that's part. Anyway, is WhatsApp social media? It's the second thing that comes up. Yep,
Mm.
with Facebook being the largest social media platform.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
I mean, if you're on a phone call with somebody on WhatsApp for half an hour, that counts against that time.
Does it though? Does screen time not count as? Yeah, I suppose. If you like, let's say you locked your phone, is the screen time still registering? It's use of app, not actual screen time, though, isn't it?
That's the problem with the data, isn't it? You can flip it and flap it all you want to make it fucking scream what you want it to. What does Paddy say on the podcast? You can torture data until it tells you what it wants. So that's exactly what that is. You can only take data with a pinch of salt. I think my bucket's going to come off as well. My hair looks preposterous. That's all right. It's all right. Not bad.
Sorry.
But the Snapchat's back. The Snapchats. The social media's back in my day where Bebo was the main one. I remember when we first got Instagram or internet connection in our house, and I could log into Bebo. And would you believe I was only thinking about that the other day, Morgan? The
Really?
first time I logged into Bebo from our connection in 2007.
What skin do you have?
What do you mean skin? Are you talking about the wallpaper background?
Yeah, like the banner at the top.
What I can remember,
It's funny how they still have that. Like Facebook has that,
yeah.
and LinkedIn has that.
Yeah, I wonder did Facebook pull anybody from Bebo? on a recruitment side.
Surely.
Put it on the UI side. But on the Bebo thing, back in my day, it was all about like, remember like I know people are mad for mullets, but like mullets, like dyed mullets, and like
yeah.
the V haircut
And
and all.
the Spicer jackets and all.
Yeah,
And them H&M tops. Remember them?
with
They
the
used
three
to come
buttons.
down here. They used to come down with the buttons. You used to be able to get like one, like a grey top, and there was a black, and then like white buttons,
or like a rainbow colored.
and then they do a rainbow one.
Mhm.
I was in that trend.
I'm trying to describe this well. I think TikTok does some good nostalgia videos of like Irish 2007. But one thing I'm trying to get, like, remember like that graffiti font in white, and then like some Spice or drag car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that type of weird vibe. That was never the thing. I remember going to like a horse show, with one of our friends in school, and they were blaring Scooter, like the DJ.
Jumping all over the world now.
Yeah, and that just takes you back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's one side of the coin. That side of the coin was like the unknown. It's like the void. It was like on a foggy morning when you look out to a field and you couldn't exactly see what was beyond it. It was like the step above your pedigree.
Okay, what are you talking? Bring it back. What are you referring to when you say that?
That section of 2007, like that was like the older crew. So if I was like an 11-year-old, the souped up vehicles, that song from Scooter, all that sort of stuff was like the next step. So it was like looking into the void. It was like a foggy morn is what it was. What 2007 nostalgically was for me, where I felt comfortable, was T90 runners, Wayne Rooney playing for Man United with the crest in the middle of the jersey. That to me now, that's home.
Brilliant.
But it's
Good
two sides of
description.
the coin, because like when you're growing up, you're always looking like at what the older kids are doing, and then you kind of want to find your own bit of comfort. You know what I mean? I found comfort through football
Do you ever go to Bills?
in school,
Yeah.
like the local corner shop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Top.
tiny, mind you.
Top.
You couldn't swing a cat in there.
Top.
No,
No, you
should you
couldn't.
swing a cat either, but that's a saying.
Yeah. You couldn't swing a mouse in there.
Yeah, it's teeny tiny.
It's teeny tiny. Great selection of sweets though.
Yeah. Do you think sweet shops are underrated?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Like,
But see,
what a stupid business, though. You can't compete in this economy. No?
well, the only way you're going to is if you have like a signature thing. So there was this place in, where was I on holidays? Mallorca, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're in the city of Mallorca, and there was all these ice cream shops everywhere, and the good ice cream, mind you. And did you know the vanilla with the black bits, like proper vanilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, not this white, H.
That's the thing that killed John Wayne.
P is it HP here? HB?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's with the heart.
Yeah, one of them. Not that, not white. One yellow, a tad of yellow, and then black. Anyway, they had these everywhere. But there was this one place, and if you look on Google Maps, it's bigger than everything else. And we're like, what the hell is this? And it was a tiny little shop, but just because it was so well rated, it obviously gets bumped. And it had like signs all over it, all these awards and all these things. There was 2 people working there, and it was tiny, and there was queues for hours.
Did you queue for an hour for ice cream?
God no. Well, I'm over exaggerating the hour, but there was people everywhere because there was the ice cream place here. That was the big one, and then there was other ones. The other ones getting a bit of foot traffic. They hadn't a clue what was going on down here. But when you get down to this place, people everywhere. What I'm saying,
paid actors. Stand
what
outside.
I'm saying is, are they paid actors?
A lot of companies do that. They have paid people to stand outside and queue.
This isn't Ralph Lauren. This is an ice cream shop in Mallorca. Do you think they're paying actors to stand outside and in the heat
So you're telling me
of Mallorca?
So you're telling me people would queue an hour for an ice cream just because there's some black bits in it? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying I enjoyed it. I'm not saying they enjoyed it. They obviously had these unbelievable flavors.
Yeah, you're not selling this to me. What
I'm saying is they obviously had a signature thing that they do. So they might have an unbelievable milkshake. They might have had an unbelievable ice cream. I can't give you the answer as to what it was. They had a signature, but there was awards everywhere. There was people everywhere. And they're not paid actors.
No, I'm going to go back to you here, Morgan. You said like you need a signature thing. Did they have a signature
They
thing?
obviously did. They obviously did.
They obviously did.
Yeah.
Why?
Because there was signs everywhere. There was like, get yours. I can't
The
remember what it said.
signature thing.
Get we're not paid actors. That's what it said on it. Yeah, no. But anyway, what I'm saying is they obviously had something going for them. And it could have been just being the environment of the culture, but I'm pretty sure it did say signs that had something unreal that you had to experience.
All right, fair enough.
I didn't experience it now.
Yeah, I don't know. Those like point system shops are just you just can't compete now.
What do you mean point system?
So like
Tesco?
it's just a point solution. No, Tesco is a full thing.
I thought you meant like you're racking up points. Like
Oh no,
bing,
sorry. No,
Bing.
actually, point solution is more of a tech thing.
bing.
It's like a point. You only go there for one thing.
Yeah.
You go to a sweet shop for sweets. But why would you do that when people are just so strapped for time? You'd much rather go to Tesco where you can buy sweets,
Yeah.
get
Get
your
your milk.
groceries, and go get like an outfit for the
Tissues.
weekend. You know what I mean? I'm not
In
saying
Tesco?
grannies and all shop there. Don't be coming at me with or you know exactly what I
Get your
meant.
outfit for the weekend in Tesco.
And there's good pajamas there apparently. So
That I will back up. Now, I don't wear pajamas,
and neither do I. But
but apparently,
yeah,
I'm not.
I'll clarify that, man. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Was it over or underrated? Like it's not nostalgic enough. I think bookshops get away with it
Yeah.
because people will go into a bookshop for that book smell. You know what I mean?
That's something I can jump right on.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than a book smell. Sometimes
Yeah.
I go in and just feel the utensils, or what they call it, the confectionery.
Oh yeah.
Just unbelievable. Do you know when you get a good pen? I've had this pen. I got it once in school, and I wrote for the first time, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is the pen.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
This is the
Now we're
pen."
talking.
Relax.
There's nothing like going to a bookshop and cracking open a book. I swear to God. Especially if it's like that old book smell.
Hardback or softback though.
Hardback versatility. It needs to be able to travel.
Durability.
Yeah, durability.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Remember them back in the day? Finn, do you read them? Top.
Hold on, are you talking about a readable book?
But yeah, I'm just saying they were also hardback. Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Were they?
Yeah, and actually the color coding on them was fantastic.
Oh, actually, so was a series of unfortunate events.
Also excellent books. But the way they'd done them, they weren't all cartoony. They were actually legit. And they were really good books.
I used to love tapping out my knuckle. Like,
Yes. Do you know when you read them at night and you close it?
Oh, like,
Wait.
beautiful.
That closing noise?
Yeah,
It's like,
beautiful.
right, well, I'm going to go sleep now.
That's fantastic. Well brought up. Now that's nostalgic. But for writing, I definitely prefer a hardback. But I prefer reading with a softback. All my books now are softback.
Okay. So you prefer reading with softback?
Yeah, but I do appreciate a good hardback. Now that you brought it up.
I hate writing in softback. There's no
Yeah.
give.
Yeah, it doesn't bite back.
Yeah. No, you need a
I
little
want
bit
my
of,
words to bite back. At
yeah,
me.
you kind of want to press into it and it kind of goes, like, kind of push it against you.
Yeah, I mean, like your hand feels like it was working out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're putting reps on paper,
Yeah, you deserve to feel like I've done a workout here.
I agree. It's like a gym session. Like you don't want to ruin your hand now. You don't want to ruin your muscles.
No, but you want to feel it.
You want to feel it.
Yeah.
100%.
I hate going to the gym and come back the next day and I don't feel a thing. It's like, I am a waste of space. But that's not the majority of the time. My DOMs are horrendous. I'm never in there consistently enough.
You're putting the work in.
I'm not. That's the thing.
We were putting the work in.
Huh?
For a while. We were. Then we got too busy.
We were.
We need to get back in.
The off season, baby.
But yeah, I'm glad we brought up the sweet shop because those sorts of things aren't talked about enough. I remember we were talking, actually, this is another thing about like people just not paying attention.
Uh-huh.
If I was to say to anybody listening to this podcast, you get up in the morning, you go outside, you stretch. Do you know where the sun is? Where's it rising from? Could you confidently tell me with a gun to your head that you could tell me where the sun rises and falls?
Are you asking me or are you saying to the public?
To the public.
Yeah. Challenge them.
Yeah.
Challenge them. Look at the camera.
I'm asking that question directly to you guys. Because if you don't know where the sun, the one consistent thing in the world, rises and falls, what do you know?
You're right.
I can tell you.
Yeah, it's on the, like, you see, if I'm looking like at our kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
left of my shoulder, do you know what I mean? It's up there, like.
Yeah.
Where that, do you know, the little flicker in the opposite field.
I get you. You know.
I'm aware.
But I mean, little things like that. People just need to be a bit more mindful.
What else just goes on and people don't notice it?
When you're driving and you're looking at other people in different cars and they all just living different lives.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that conversation with yourself? You look at a man or a woman, you're like,
No,
he has a story. She's a story.
whenever I drive in Maynooth on like a Thursday night and there's just people everywhere because they're all going out, I'm like, what are these people doing?
Like-
not that they're going out, but like, what is it going on in their head right now that I'm not thinking of? Because the thoughts of me going home and just going to bed is so different to what they're experiencing. And sometimes I just think that's consistent though. That I feel that there. But yeah, driving past other people in cars. Some people are so goddamn angry. Just so full of rage. Not even road rage, just rage in general. Like, do you know when you walk past someone on the street and you might clip them or something like that? They're just full of anger.
Yeah.
They need to talk.
Do you think people have a real disconnect with other people?
Just disconnect with themselves. No? They exert everything on other people.
Yeah. That's like the extreme of not knowing though, isn't it? About like other people's feelings.
Yeah, but how many people are like that? A lot.
Like they understand themselves.
No, don't.
They don't.
Yeah, the
That's
vast majority.
Oh, yeah. The vast majority, yeah. I think people kind of go through phases of it though. Like some people get like a life or a near-death experience and they definitely understand themselves a bit more, like quickly. It's like jumping off a cliff. Where some people actively enjoy that journey of trying to find themselves. What is finding yourself? That's a genuine question.
There is no answer.
Then what is it to you? What's your definition?
What is finding myself?
Like me and you don't live in a balanced life, Morgan.
No. Finding comfort in whatever I am. But that can't be defined. Whatever I am.
Then how are you going to get that answer?
Just gonna keep going. Finding comfort in the not comfort. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say comfort. Finding comfort in not knowing the answer but seeking it, and you'll get somewhere close to it. You'll definitely learn about yourself in the way anyway. But you'll never have the exact.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Where does faith play a role there then?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't considered fate. I'm sure
Because
it plays a role somewhere.
It has to play a role. Because if you don't know where you're going, then you're presuming on faith that you are going somewhere on that journey.
It's like an episode of Sunny.
How?
Do you know that episode of Sunny?
No.
When he's talking about like Newton, science being a liar sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get you.
Faith.
I get you.
Everyone has to have faith, but I don't know what it is yet. What's my form? I'm spiritual though.
That's faith.
Yeah, I know, but I still haven't delved into it massively.
Why not?
Just haven't. I'm not there yet.
Where are you now?
Early doors.
Are you still at reception?
No, I'm on the first or second floor.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm in the elevator though. Still, I didn't get out. I didn't need to get out yet. You know, some people get one or two and they go, oh, Jesus, I'm not going any higher. Or any deeper, should we say. Let's go down. That's better, isn't it, than up? We want to go down. We want to go to the basement.
Yeah.
Then work our way up. So I'm on -2.
Okay.
But I haven't peaked out yet.
What was -1 like?
Good.
Was that just getting things in the open?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now we're to -2. Exploring the open.
Yeah.
But I have it, like I said, I'm still in
It's
the
a good
elevator.
analogy.
Yeah, it is a good analogy. I need to get down to about -5 because that's my fave number. And then I'll bounce back up. I'll end up in Saggart somewhere.
Yeah, it's weird.
What level are you on?
I don't know. I think I went down to about level 5 or 6, I'd say. Nicely. Enjoyed it.
Minus.
Yeah. Enjoyed it. But of recent, I've kind of just been at reception. If being honest, yeah. If we're going on this analogy, I'm just sitting in the reception waiting for like the next gig. don't know what's going on.
I do get you.
Like I haven't done. I've kind of
Happy enough to chilling, like
yeah. I've slipped out of my habit of
meditating.
of a lot of mindfulness practices. Yeah, not just meditation, but specific journaling. Yeah, just having a bit more alone time. I've been very busy the last few months. Like, I know we always say that, but I mean, like, when I say busy, I mean it's taking a lot of cognitive work to get jobs done. Whereas typically work that I would do wouldn't be as cognitively tasked. And I would be able to juggle a lot of things. But I actually really enjoy doing deep work.
You can't be like that all the time, though, can you?
But I don't think you can be doing extremely deep work and doing a lot of deep self-reflection at the same time. It's quite overwhelming.
No.
It is definitely one thing I'd like to do is to have more.
What's a good time of year for that, though? Because I definitely doing that at the moment, trying to do both.
I don't think it's a good time of year. I think it's just intuitively
Compartmentalizing the right
I
time.
don't know. I think it's a balancing act between wanting and knowing to do something, because like sometimes you're gonna have to do, like I would love to say I would like to get my mornings back where I'd be up a little bit earlier. I would like to do some meditation and some journaling, and if I look a little bit deeper, a little bit of that is laziness as well. So like at the same time, a lot of it is because I am doing deep work and I just want to be in bed a bit longer because I'm knackered. Like, so I need to find where's the hole to step into? Like, is it I need just to give myself a kick up the ass because I'm a bit lazy, or is it a case where I actually do need this time to just not go so philosophical and just recharge a little bit? I find the Christmas period's always a good period anyway, just
good
because it's natural downtime.
And
it's good for natural gratitude. But I mean, anything like that shouldn't be in it shouldn't be in scheduled spurts. It should always be mindfully with you day to day. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, I'm at reception. I'm waiting for
I can hear the music.
I'm waiting for the receptionist to call my name and say, "All right, it's time."
Gareth?
Dr. Enlightenment will see you on floor 6.
Who? Dr. Enlightenment? Dr. Dolittle more like.
Yeah, Dr. Enlightenment's on floor 6.
6, I would have thought 10. Surely higher, actually. Enlightenment. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's floating in the stars type of stuff.
All right, he's floor 15.
With the moon man on your knee.
Yeah, he's floor 15. I don't know, like in the Buddhist religion, people do want to be enlightened, but would you really want to be enlightened?
Define it. I'll get you an exact definition, will I?
Well, enlightenment's when you break the cycle of dharma, I think.
Huh?
In the religious term.
Oh, okay. Enlightenment.
It's when you stop the rebirth cycle. So your soul lives forever.
Enlighten.
I could be absolutely wrong with that. If I'm not mistaken, though, I think enlightenment is.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that.
This is.
It's when you break the cycle of rebirth.
I hate when they give you these definitions, you know that?
What?
Like, you look up enlightenment and it says the action of enlightening. It's like, what's that mean? So I got to enlightening. Give someone greater knowledge and understanding about a subject or situation. But that's enlighten.
No,
to be enlightened.
Google Buddhism definition of enlightenment. I gotta be careful saying that word because it's gonna lose meaning for me in a minute.
Buddhism. Right. Here we go.
Breaking the cycle of dharma, surely. That's my guess.
The English term enlightenment is the Western translation of various Buddhist terms, most notably Bodhi and Vimutti.
No.
Don't want to botch it. The abstract noun, I'm going to say Bodhi, that's what I'm just going to go with. Bodhi means the knowledge or wisdom or awakened intellect of a Buddha. The verbal root Buddha means to awaken, and its literal meaning is closer to awakening. So we made zero progress on that definition.
That's fluffy. Like, it does mean, like,
Yeah, I'm
you
sure
break
it
the
does.
cycle of
We're not
rebirth.
getting it, though.
Yeah.
We're not getting it from Google anyway.
The reason why I think I know the answer is because I did study it for a few months, and it rings a bell. It's a cool religion.
It is. It's also very how do you say, commercialized though.
Western wise,
Kind of like people like, oh
they associate it with mindfulness,
yeah,
like awakening
yeah,
and spirituality.
yeah. Hope that doesn't come across as disrespectful. Not me, but I'm saying the masses to the actual
Oh, to the
People
actual
in the-
people who practice it.
who practice it. Like, I'm sure they will see the positives of that though. That people are trying to do
From
good
what I
things.
can gather,
They love it. They hate it.
not love it, but I think
They're open to it.
in this, one thing I love about Buddhism is its appreciation for life, and I think it's very compassionate and considering. So if somebody was to take bits and pieces that they liked other religion and use it positively, people would back that.
Nice. Good way to describe it.
But I know, man, I think there's a lot of beautiful things in all religions that we can take from more. I remember when I was younger, I used to be very anti-religion, but I didn't understand it. Now I'm very much open to its ideas. Not
Yeah.
saying that I'm baptized and all, but I wouldn't be specifically.
We don't practice.
Yeah. I'm more so, like most modern people, I think, would be open to a lot of ideas from all religions. I'm talking Christianity, Islam, Buddhism. I
Whatever.
haven't heard, because I haven't interacted with anybody who practices Hinduism. That's the term for Hindi in around India and stuff. I just don't have anybody in my close circle that's practices that are from those regions where it is practiced. I think a good way to describe religion is it teaches people how to act.
Yeah.
I think
Just with a
people
big
need
label
that.
on it.
Yeah, because I think there's very little guidance on how to act. It's
Yeah.
definitely changed now with the introduction of podcasts and stuff, but religion, the reason why the Bible is so popular is because I think it just speaks to people at such a deeper level. It's kind of like intuitively what we all know, but we just don't know how to put into words.
It's a good point because in school, like, not that school should be teaching you how to act, but it's very, sit here, shush, listen.
Well, as a kid, everything's process driven and survival driven as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the sense that your parents will correct you for things because, let's say you're a kid, you're going to walk near a fire, they'll pull you away from it like it's life or death. Basically.
Survival. And
Yeah.
then also preference.
And I don't know. I don't think we give kids the benefit of the doubt sometimes for those bigger questions and like how to act and what life is. I think religion, like a lot of all in all his books, probably try to teach it if you look back on it now, but it never resonated that I can remember as a kid.
It's also how it's taught is important, given the actual understanding as opposed to just the definitions.
Yeah.
Defining something, remember that, learn that, but don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even religion is in secondary school, that they actually done it well, whether you'd go through every religion, but it was just because it was going to be like examined. It was just learn the definitions. What is this? What is that? What is the Torah? But it was never what is the Torah. What's it telling you?
Mm-hmm.
Now that might take a lot of time, but you could take away some key notable figures and good things from it. But that's not how it's taught anyway, which is a shame.
Yeah, I find sometimes those sorts of topics are gatekept by modern media and just culture in general. Like, you don't need to be a practicing Muslim to read text of Islam, for example. But people always associate, like, if you're going to read text of a scripture, you should be all in. Like, do you ever get that?
Yeah,
thing?
like you're saying, you should be able to just take nuggets from different
I think
walks
so.
of life. I would say so as well. From everything though, it's like a football coach. It's like,
Mhm.
right, I love Mourinho, but I'm gonna take nuggets from everyone because that's just how people learn.
I mean, some people.
You don't need to agree with it all as well. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, some people definitely want to practice and believe in and are all in on religion. And I can think of 101 worse things to be all in on.
Leave him at it. Let them do it.
Yeah, but I also think there's a case there for people who are just genuinely
Curious.
and just don't have the answers.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Just
is that
seeking.
what religion's purpose is?
Mm-hmm. Seeking something greater than themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, they learn about themselves and others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think it's part of the full journey and full scope. For the older listeners, there is a great TV show on Netflix called The Midnight Gospel, which is I think it's 8 episodes. It's done by the comedian Duncan Trussell, but it's very much around mindfulness. Buddhism is a topic in it as well, but definitely around a lot of conversations on death, health, what is the meaning of life and stuff. And now it's very trippy. There's a lot of like it's an animated series, but for an adult audience. But it's excellent, I have to say. A few episodes now, it took me a while to understand what it meant.
It's mad. It's mad. It's mad. If someone's not used to that, they'll be like, "This is nonsense, Gary." That's what they'd say. If they're not ready, you know, to explore.
Yeah, well, I'm
dive in.
gonna hear and say that the topics are,
Mad.
in my opinion, required learning though.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just delivered in a mad way, but I think it is required learning.
The message is good.
Someone said
Very
to me before, if something makes you uncomfortable, you probably need to look deeper. Like, why is that making you uncomfortable? I'm talking surface level things, like things about yourself. So, yeah, it's great. Here's actually a pivot. Have you ever got a recommendation and just said, I'm not going to watch that? Because I guarantee half the people there are going to be.
Yeah, but it just takes one. Just takes one. I don't know why though. I think I'm just ignorant. But also, not many people recommend a lot of things to me. That's also something I've noticed.
Why are you just not talking about those sorts of things? That's for someone to recommend it to you?
Not even. Trying to think of an example. For example, you spoke at our Culture CPD the other day and you said about the Innovator's Dilemma. That sounds like a book I'd enjoy reading, but I'm not ready to read. But I will.
I'm surprised you remember the name of that.
Yeah, because I wrote it.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's a great book.
But I'm just not at that stage. I'm not ready to read yet. That sounds stupid, but to lock into a book is a heavy investment for me right now. I'm just not ready.
That's why I shift to Audible.
But I'm not ruling it out. I might. Yeah. What's the crack with Audible?
Like, how's it purchased?
Yeah.
I think it's like $12.99 a month. You get a set. You get like a book credit a month.
One book.
It takes you about a month to listen to a full book, though, Morgan. Like the Elon Musk one with Walter Isaacson was like a 20-hour audiobook.
Yeah.
You listen to an hour a day.
So you're paying Audible the subscription to use the app, and you only get one book. I would have thought you paid the subscription for the app and you get as many books you like.
No, you get one credit a month, but your credits don't expire. So I have like 9 because there's some months where I just didn't buy an Audible book.
And if you use a credit and you don't have any more credits, can you just pay for other books?
Good question. I think you probably could. It'd be stupid if not.
Yeah, surely you'd just be waiting around then for a month for a book if you finish like a short one.
I'd say so.
So it's giving you essentially a free book. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, a book would cost about 13 quid a month anyway, wouldn't it? So,
God bless me.
Yeah, God bless you. So, I mean, like, it's good value. The Elon Musk one's great. And the same author done a biography on Leonardo da Vinci. Back to the whole art conversation. And that's definitely been interesting. Bless you.
God bless me again.
So I think it's a good subscription.
Oh, I might look into it. It's like listening to a podcast, isn't it?
But you're not a podcast fan.
No, not really. But sometimes I just dive in. You know, just pick one.
Are you guest driven or host driven?
Host, definitely.
Really?
Definitely.
Really?
But there's nothing worse than a bad guest. I'll just turn it off.
Yeah.
Either. And I could be picky. Tone of voice. Something's off. I don't know.
Subject matter.
Like I listened to a really cool one on Lex Friedman with a FBI negotiator.
Chris Voss.
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you his name. That's the thing.
Oh.
But it was very good about how to communicate, especially tough, like just delivering tough news or communicating in tough scenarios. Really cool. Like chief negotiator, whatever it is, whatever his title was.
Lex Friedman's
that was class. Like,
yeah, he's
the
definitely
Lex Friedman's deadly.
Yeah.
He just facilitates them so well.
Yeah, he's definitely the best in the world at the minute, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell a little about
Oh,
Lex
no, maybe it
Friedman.
wasn't Lex. Sorry.
Well, he did have Chris Voss on. That's why I asked.
It wasn't Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman's excellent, though. It was... What was wrong with me? Can't think of his name. Buff, black shirt.
Andrew Huberman.
Andrew Huberman. Couldn't think of the name.
Really?
It was an Andrew Huberman podcast, sorry.
What's a
Yeah, it was class.
big buff. He's also a cool human.
Unbelievable. He's so handsome. So handsome. He's everything about him, the way he communicates, his response to people on podcasts when they say something. They could be speaking for 20 minutes and his response would just be like 4 seconds and it would be perfect.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
He just comes
communicator.
across as so nice, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does. He
He's like
does.
a real genuine guy.
Same with Lex as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a testament to the 21st century. You get access to people like that.
Incredibly knowledgeable people who are just handing out all this free info.
Because I lived in both sides of the scale. Like I remember, my first phone was a Nokia or a Blokia with no internet connection, and like this is just when Blackberries became popular with the keyboards. So I mean, like the 1999 kids, which is you and all, I think you were like the tail end, but we got about like 3 or 4 years worth of understanding that the internet was a huge shift.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember the significance of it compared to like what our parents would have of it. But I remember life without it. Definitely. And then my question was, Jesus, I mean, like, so what? You need to just read books to get information. It's probably why the importance of universities was so big back in the day. Because it's the only way to access information at scale.
Mm.
Surely. It was the only way to get educated. And it was just through access.
That's
The only thing
slow-
universities have now is
rapidly
accreditation.
Rapidly declining.
Yeah. I don't know how you get good accreditation, though. It's a two-way factor, though. Isn't it? Like, you'd have to have an institution that could provide credibility at scale. And you also need, which I think the setups for that are already there, but you need jobs to take or companies to take the plunge on people coming out of those institutions. Once that happens, once they marry together, I think the only way that it's going to happen is if somebody, let's say like a Peter Thiel, for example, or Elon Musk, for example, if they were to set up a school
You need something to front it.
with accreditation, then you might get something. But you know, Elon Musk set up a whole primary school for his family. It's in the book. For his sons and daughters and their cousins. They all go to the same privately held school.
That's barbaric as well, though. Surely that's not good for social stuff. Being outside of... I'm playing devil's advocate here, but surely being with people outside... But they need someone to question them as well.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, would
Where
you
are they getting
rather,
that?
you know, one of the brightest minds in the world
Well,
educating
definitely,
their
yeah. From an
sons and daughters
education point of view,
on,
from
like-
a social point of view, though, it's not good.
Um,
They'd all be like robots. They'd all be the same type of style of person.
we don't know. I don't know what's going on in the school. He could absolutely take that into consideration.
Well, maybe so, but what do you reckon he does? Just filters in random humans every so often?
No, but I definitely think that they would like compete and socialize. They go out for dinner every weekend in a restaurant.
Yeah, but again, I'm saying just having different kids and personalities around them.
I think Elon Musk would argue that's bad.
Why? Molding them? But you're going to have to deal with them surely at some stage.
and got kicked around.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but that's one example. But surely being...
Like, I see the benefit of it.
Of course. Majority of that would be positive because he's a genius.
No, I'm saying I see the benefit of socializing, like me and you have
socialising.
grown up.
Yeah.
I'd be still for that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is when you have resources like that,
It's a different story.
it's a different
Yeah.
world.
Mainly positive as well. Because the man gets it. Isn't his kid R2D2 or something like that, though? That's something like that. What's
They're
his
his
name?
names.
Yeah.
They've got mad names, but they call one of them X. Is one of his most recent
He
kids.
loves the old X, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Pops that everywhere. SpaceX, X. His child, X.
he's 11 kids.
11 kids. Does he have them to go?
Not half of them. I mean, a lot of them were in vitro.
Elon popping.
Yeah, but he like donated. He donated sperm for like one of his friends. Like, it's like, but he's huge on population, on people procreating. It's like, you're too smart not to have kids, so I'm gonna give you like the in vitro and then pop that into you and then have some kids. And people are like, all right, fair enough.
Imagine having Elon to go.
Yeah.
Is he selling?
Is he selling? I don't think so.
Can he?
But it's just a mad, like,
That is bizarre.
yeah.
11 kids. So, like, are they all his, like? Or what?
Yeah.
How many women?
He had 4 with his first wife. I think he had 3 with Grimes, or 2. 3 with the SpaceX executive.
Elon.
So 4, 5, 7,
He's
8,
a
9, 10.
dirty
I'm missing
dog.
1. Or 2. But yeah.
Good man, Elon. What's he at? Honestly, they live such different lives, those.
He's the CEO of 6 companies.
I know, that's what I mean.
Like Tesla.
Like, can you imagine the headache?
Imagine like Tesla by itself. Even SpaceX by itself. Largest private space company in the world.
Crazy stuff.
And like we stress about running one company. What in God's name do you like to run 6?
I suppose, though, when you get up there, you kind of climatize, don't you?
What do you mean?
To a degree.
Oh, like when
Like, he's
further you go
already
up.
run one, and so it's like, it's not obviously copy and paste because they're all so unique and different, but they have the same style. And he also has very good people around them, which is earned.
Yeah.
But he's still running them. He's actively in them, as opposed to a lot of CEOs. He's actively involved in all them,
Extremely.
which is mad.
Yeah, like he'd be on calls at like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. On stupid things. Not stupid things, but I mean like the Tesla autopilot team. Like he'd be hopping on their calls, like what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Which is just
To some people, I don't think they understand that that's very weird for a CEO to do, is to be involved with the tiny intricacies of a business.
mm.
Mad.
One thing I learned from Elon Musk is that he's extremely mission driven. The only things he cares about are getting to Mars and sustainable energy. So everything he does is around that. And now the third thing is having safe AI. People actually don't know that he co-founded OpenAI
Mm-hmm.
with Sam Altman. So that's the ChatGPT creator. And they were originally set up as a non-profit, and he sold his ownership in it because they wanted to go to a for-profit. And he said nope. But he founded a new AI company there recently,
What do you call
XAI.
That's what I'm telling you. I know he's mad for it, but it's funny that he just keeps naming everything X.
But they have a new chatbot as well now.
It's good letter, though. X.
Yeah, it's class.
Good letter.
His
Strong
first
letter.
company was called X.com.
Yeah, no, yeah. Strong letter.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. He's hard work now, I'd say, to a lot of people that don't understand. But I'm very curious about like geniuses. Just masters of craft, I think is a good way to say it.
Mm.
But I think most people intuitively are, no?
In their own fields, yeah.
Mm.
Depends what you're into.
Do you like looking at outside fields?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Like, would you listen to that book?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Out of what want?
Just interesting. But you pick up stuff from it as well when you run businesses and stuff. Just small things. Even how they communicate and basic stuff. Depends what you're looking for as well. We could listen to the same thing and pick up different things.
Yeah.
Depends what you're seeking. Or what resonates. Sometimes I'll hear the same thing 40 times, but someone says it in a certain way. It's like, that's the one.
Any examples of that?
Well, a quote came to my head because I was typing for a caption earlier, as always. But you hear the thing for football, about getting, like, constantly practicing, but like repetition removes doubt is like the best thing I could hear. And it just resonates with me. And i.e. why we use it in Training 1-to-1 a lot. So yeah, just that's a good example. People will tell you a million and one things like, oh, you got to practice. And there's a million and one ways of saying that. There's loads of quotes and just general jargon that you hear in football or sport. But that idea of repetition removing doubt, it's a strong tagline. It only takes 3 words. Kind of explains it all.
Mm. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's nothing like a good condensed theory summarized in a snappy one-liner.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're trying to construct our pillars on as well.
Uh-huh. Just thinking that.
Mm. It's a good way to be, though.
Short, sharp, concise.
I think so. Like, if anything could be, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it here, do you ever see the debate of like minimalism
Uh-huh.
and its effect on the world now, especially in architecture. So if you look at modern phone boxes versus old phone boxes, if you look at old Gothic churches versus like new buildings are all about like cost effectiveness,
Sustainability.
yeah, and just
Simplicity.
there's no class in it. But if you look at like a Gothic church or like even like a Georgian house, you're like, oh my god, like the brickwork, the paintwork, and even like if you look at old park benches, like the ironwork there is scary cool. But now like benches are just so fucking plain, like street poles are plain. There's no design. Because my thing was like, oh, I was gonna say like things should be as cheap as possible, as easy as possible to understand. I mean, there's real class in doing something with a lot of detail and a lot of craft.
Depends on the outcomes though as well.
But that's the whole thing. There shouldn't need to be an outcome. It should just be about
The craft.
the
itself.
craft and making it as beautiful as possible rather than as
But sometimes simplicity is beautiful. A lot of times simplicity is beautiful. Doesn't need to be complex to be beautiful.
Yeah.
It's in the eye of the beholder, whatever the that saying is. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, whatever it is.
But do you ever walk around like a city, especially like a newer city, and you just feel a little bit like on edge? It just doesn't feel like comforting.
It's safe.
Like
Mhm.
old cities, like yeah, anything in, let's say like Copenhagen, for example, or Amsterdam, or like old cities that aren't like war torn. There's a real like old feeling to it. Like I was in Berlin, and obviously Berlin got smacked around in 1945, and it's rebuilt from nearly the ground up. It just feels a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like non-preserved. I know there's a lot of preserved history there, but it just feels a little bit
Rusty, edgy.
modern. Just clean cut. There's not a lot of like. There is a lot of old buildings and stuff, but it's just the part of Berlin that I was in personally. People might disagree with me and say it's a very beautiful historic city. I'm not saying it isn't. What I'm saying is I noticed there was much more minimalistic ideas in the architecture versus like old cities.
It's cultures as well.
Yeah. But Europe's great for that though. It has a lot of beautiful old architecture. People will travel from around the world to get to Europe just to look at the cities, just to walk around the cities.
Europe is so broad though.
Yeah. Do you, like, is America broad? Like, is there a massive difference between San Francisco and New York?
There is and there isn't, you know. But we don't have enough skin in the game, do we? We haven't been to every thing to
There's
tell
a
you.
huge difference between Ireland and Poland,
Massive, yeah.
or from like Estonia to Denmark. Like,
Yeah, and surely there is key differences culturally.
look, even like there's a massive difference between Ireland and England. You go up to the north of Ireland, it's a different place. Like, you get a boat across to France, it's a different world. You go a little bit more south into Italy or Spain, it's even more crazy different.
I think that's the nature though of the different countries. I'd say America is similar.
What I'm talking about, if you go from like North Dakota to Texas, is it that different?
I would say so, yeah.
Like,
Landscape different, the feel of the place is different, infrastructure is different. They even have their own laws and everything. Like I've said, they are very different, yeah.
yeah, state laws, good point. Good
And
point.
even just the shift, the general mindset, place to place.
Yeah,
The Americans do talk about that a lot.
really.
That you go to a certain area, it's just different, like different feel.
Maybe I'm just generalizing. Like,
But they generalize
American
Europe.
passport. Yeah, it's a good point.
They go, oh, I'm going to Europe. Where are you going? Belfast. Or you go to Paris? Where you going? So,
yeah.
I mean, that's that.
Yeah. All right.
Ain't that?
No, that was
General jargon.
diverse.
Bit of crack.
Mm-hmm.
We should have said at the start of the podcast, we did have a guest lined up. Late cancellation. It's fine.
Yeah, that's
move.
life. I'm glad we
Improvise,
could sit
adapt,
down.
overcome.
I'm glad we could sit down. I don't think we get enough time to sit down and
Just
talk.
chat.
Like, yeah,
It's good.
because even when like we're working and stuff, it's very above board. Like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
there's never time just to chat about random stuff. It's important. But yeah, some big changes coming in the new year, so please stay tuned. The plan now for guests is to incorporate as many amazing guests as possible before the new year. So we've contacted a few people that we want to get on as soon as possible, and we'll be kicking forward at that. When did you do that?
Just thought it'd be a good way to end it. Just really mix it up, like. For anyone who isn't watching, they'd probably be like, "What are they referring to?" I said we just mix it up. You know, get a trend going. What do you think, Finn? You may want to have a look to my left shoulder there.
This is bizarre.
It is absolutely ridiculous.
I was following your lead.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Sign us out, Morgan.
Yeah, said this before, but you know, wherever you are, man or woman, whatever you do today, do it well. Good night, good luck. T1-1 boys are out. No daily, no party. And that's that. Night, Finn.
See ya.
Night, Charles. Good luck.